What's happening, everybody? Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 28 of Forgotten Favorites. We are revisiting Forgotten Favorites all month long here in May 2024. Albums that are forgotten by most or undiscovered by most. Obscure, underrated, unheralded, undiscovered gems from the far past or maybe more recent times, right? Certainly not the future yet. They might be picks for a future Forgotten Favorites show, right? So today we're going to take a look at an album released December 6th, 2004. Right? This is the fifth full-length studio album from this Swedish band, recorded at Studio Underground in Vastera, Sweden. Produced by the man himself, Dan Swanö, for Black Mark Records. I'm talking about Nightingale, Invisible. Yes, Nightingale, a band nobody talks about. Nobody talks about. But if most people know who Dan Swanö is, well, I would think most people do, especially if you're into more extreme metal, right? Dan Swanö, of course, producer extraordinaire, singer, vocalist on the clean melodic side for Nightingale, right? But he also has other bands that he has played with over the years. God, I mean, the list is many. The list is many. So many bands that Dan Swanö he's had associated with Opeth and Catatonia and his own groups, and just it's so much. He has done so much for the Swedish metal scene over the years. But Nightingale is a totally different beast here. Totally different beast. This is basically more of a melodic rock and metal act, pomp rock, a little bit of prog rock, certainly hard rock. Think Magnum. Think Dokken, think Uriah Heep, think Styx. That's these guys. Big soaring hooks, crunchy guitar riffs, loads of cool keyboards, very catchy hooks and things, right? So on this album, in this band, of course, the brother team, Dan Swanö on lead vocals and guitar, Dag Swanö, backing vocals, guitars and keyboards, Eric Oskarsson, bass guitar, lead and backing vocals, and Tom Bjorn on drums. 10 tracks here, 43 minutes long. A lot of heavy hitters on this album. This is one of my favorite albums from them. I love the album artwork, and just love the man. He's when Dan, Dan is one of the great all-time great death metal growlers, because he's got one of those like deep growls that you can understand every word he says. And then he does this project, right? And all of a sudden you realize what a wonderful vocalist he is. Because kind of like the Michael Lagerfeld thing, right? They're both good friends. Michael has one of the greatest all-time death metal growls, and he also is an amazing melodic singer, right? As we've seen for all these years, right? In Opeth. But anyway, back to this album. We've got Still Alive kicks it off. Heavy, catchy, great guitar riffs on this entire album. Really, really cool. And I love the keyboard work. Some of these songs remind me of like heavy Styx, like stuff like Renegade and Blue Collar Man, that sort of thing, as well as like Magnum. Some of the soaring, more melodic stuff is like Magnum, but then you get these big, like kind of Hammond organ monsters. Kind of reminds me of Heat, but there's some brooding stuff on here that reminds me of like classic era, like maybe I don't know, the first two Dokken albums, maybe their fourth album as well. Not so much their Under Lock and Key, but more of the kind of like the moodier stuff that Dokken did. Anyway, back to the album. Invisible, A Rain Check on My Demise, all really, really good stuff. Atlantis Rising is another one of my favorite tracks on here. Then you get a couple of To the End, Misery, The Wake, One of the Lonely Ones, and Worlds Apart. That's where they show you a little bit more of their kind of melodic rock side. That's where the Magnum thing comes in, right? There's kind of more in some of the brooding stuff here. It's melodic, atmospheric. They go alternate from hard rock into like kind of mellow and dreamy, little proggy, and then Stalingrad finishes it off. That's a terrific track. That's like a little bit longer. I think that one's like, they're all about like anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes long. But Stalingrad kind of has this like slow build, and it's got this big rock and heavy middle section, and then it kind of goes out in like a proggy fashion. Really, really strong album. Do I got a picture of the band here? I don't remember. I've had this for ages. This record label doesn't even exist anymore, but no shots of the band. Sorry, guys. But yeah, just really, really strong stuff here. I would urge any of you, if you like 80s style hard rock, melodic rock, pomp rock, right from the late 70s, that sort of thing. Go check out the Nightingale catalog. It's really good. They got a whole bunch of albums. I'm trying to think how many records do they have. I can check into it briefly. Hold on, if you want to bear with me, everyone. But yeah, they've got a bunch of them. Some of them are like concept works, and all throughout high quality, really high quality. And I can't even remember the last time that Dan has done anything with this band. Let's see. Well, 27. No, that was a live album. 2014 was Retribution. So they've got. They started in '95. The Breathing Shadow, The Closing Chronicles. I was in 2000. Alive Again, Invisible, 2004. Then you got White Darkness and Retribution. And so there's really been nothing for about a decade. But yeah, really, really good band. And again, just something completely different from him. And I think that's the kind of cool thing, because again, this is a guy who mostly is known for his work, like in Edge of Sanity, right? That's his kind of death metal band, or kind of like progressive death metal band. But he's got, Pandemonium and, all sorts of other projects that he has worked with. Nightingale he worked with as well. Bloodbath, of course, he was one of the founding members of Bloodbath. So, if you look at his discography, it's just like a million miles long. I mean, this guy has done so much over the years. He's worked with Arjen Lucassen and Star One as well. So, yeah, just great stuff. Witherscape, so many bands. So anyway, go check it out. Really good album. Really good album that nobody ever talks about this stuff. Invisible by Nightingale. This is on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, I got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I am Pete Pardo. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.